Hello guys, Robot1 here, and today I'm doing a top 10 video because yesterday the band list was revealed. So I thought, why not do a top 10 best decks of this meta, including shvi, because Shining Victories is going to be out very soon. It's about a few weeks away now, so I thought it would be good to add the shvi option into this video. And I thought I would talk about what decks I think are going to be the best out of the top 10, my reasons for them being in that certain area, and why I find these decks to be good. So yeah, let's get started with number 10. So number 10 is a deck that I've been playing for a very long time, and it is Heroes. Now, Heroes has been my deck for years on years and years, but why is it number 10? It's number 10 purely because all the variants there are. There's the Destiny Hero version where you play Malicious Edge, DDD Diamond Dude, Shadow Mist, Dark Law, all of those in that build with stuff like Void Ogre Dragon, Bills, all the tuners, all of that. There's even FTK versions, there's XC's versions, there's the Omni build version that I play. There's just so many different variants that I find this deck being at number 10 really does deserve the spot of being at number 10. But even though with all these different variants, the deck still isn't better than most of the other decks on this list. I wish it was, but sadly it is not. But yeah, that's number 10, Heroes. Always will be on this list most likely because I find them to be very good. They can keep up with the meta regardless, and Dark Law is a bitch in every deck. Against every deck this format. So yeah, number 10 is Heroes. So let's go on to the next one. Number 9. Now, number 9 is a deck that's very consistent, very good, and with its shvi support becomes a very good deck. Not the best deck, but a very good deck. And this deck is RAIDRAPTORs. Now, why isn't RAIDRAPTORs lower? Well, RAIDRAPTORs is a very good deck, but its towers can be outed, and that's why it's going to be one of the best decks, because it does have a towers. It has Ultimate Falcon, which is one of the best cards, one of the best towers actually. It's even better than the original towers. And it can also decrease stats and all sorts. So it can decrease attack points, it can deal damage to your opponent first turn. It's got so many different effects packed into it, plus its towers effect, that I find it to be one of the best deck cards in the deck, and probably going to be a very big problem to deal with, just like the Great Magnus rank 12 card. The deck will also be good during shvi because it has a very good searchability. With cards like Force Tricks, Nest, Fuzzy Lanius, Tribute Lanius, all of these, just being able to thin out the deck, search out practically the entire deck, and just being able to get any cards you want from the deck to your hand, like the Counter Trap, the Trap card that can stop destruction and stop damage. All of these, it's just tons of reasons to say why this deck is a very good deck. And that's why I think it's at number 9, because it can just search out so much, plus it has the towers, which just makes it such a good deck. So that's number 9. Let's move on to the next one now. So, number 8 is another good deck that has been quite good for quite a long time. It's not got all of its support yet, but when it does, I can see this deck becoming one of the best decks in the top 5, maybe even number 1. Sadly, all the support for it has been moved back for another year. You probably guessed what I'm talking about, and that is DDDs. Now, why is DDDs number 8? Now, DDDs is the 8th best deck for this format, including shvi, because it's an OTK based deck. It can do it very easily. It has many fusion cards. It can use rank 7s like Red Eyes, Flare, Metal Dragon. It can search out anything it wants in the deck. It can gain an untold number of life points. It has a every turn trap stun with the Vanity's Lock. It's got so much options. Plus, it's not even affected by cards like Solemn Strike, Chaos Trap Hole. All these cards that are used in all the good decks that it's really good for. So I have to say this is one of the best decks of the format because of that, in the top 10 at number 8. So let's go to the next one now. So, the next one, number 7. Now, number 7 is a deck being released in Shvi, getting some more support. It's a very good deck, which is going to probably be one of the best decks of the format, I could say. At number 7, I find it is Blue Eyes. Now, you guys are probably thinking, Blue Eyes? Why Blue Eyes? Well, hear me out. Blue Eyes is a deck that can special summon many cards per turn. It can OTK if it wants to. It can go through its deck searching multiple cards. It can use cards like Cards of Consequence to deck, thin, and draw. So it's got draw power and everything. And with the draw power, you can special summon Blue Eyes from your deck or search Blue Eyes from your deck. You can special summon the Blue Eyes from your deck pretty easy, or from hand, or from graveyard. And you can make rank 8s, like the Galaxy Eyes one to be able to go into Dark Matter Dragon, which is another broken card, which is one of the other reasons why this deck is so broken, because of Dark Matter Dragon. Just being able to send any 3 dragon cards from your deck to the graveyard, and plus off-sending those dragon cards to the graveyard, is stupid. And also in Melody of Awakening Dragon, you can search all the Blue Eyes cards you want, and it's just stupid how good this deck actually is. And it can also use other rank 8s like Lancelot. Other rank 8s escape my mind right now. Tachyon Galaxy. Galaxy Eyes Tachyon. Whatever it is. There's just so many other rank 8s that I can use, and most decks can't actually use rank 8s like Blue Eyes can, so it's actually a very good deck in my opinion because of that fact. So Blue Eyes is good mainly because of Dark Matter, rank 8s, spamming, and it can just thin the deck out so easily. Plus it can do practically every method of summon except for Pendulum and Ritual, which I find to be very good as well. Well, it can have Ritual, but you wouldn't use the Ritual. So yeah, that's number 7, Blue Eyes. Let's get on to the next one. So, number 6 is a deck that's been around for quite a while. It's a very good deck. It has an OTK that everybody should know about because of Breakers of Shadows, and that is Mermails. Now, Mermails at number 6 is something I actually debated on because I was going between 2 decks that I thought could either be number 6 or number 5, and I decided Mermails to be number 6 for these reasons. Now, Mermails is an OTK-based deck that can OTK the field every turn, that can OTK turn 2 very easily. It has the Atlantean cards to be able to clear the board, so you can actually go through to your OTKs. It's got Megalo that can double attack and use Atlantean Prince to summon another card from graveyard and have a double attack. It's got Instant Fusion and Norden. Even though Norden's put to 1, they've still got the free Instant Fusion to use the Norden. The deck has just so much OTK potential, and it's just so stupid how good its OTKs can be. Because this deck has everything it needs to be able to OTK. The Atlanteans, Mermails, everything. Water is the best deck of the format, and no one else... Well, not the best deck, but one of the best decks of the format. And no one can actually say otherwise. And sorry if my voice sounds a bit off, I still have my cold. So yeah, that's number 6, Mermails, because of board clearance, OTKs, instant fusions, all of this other stuff, Atlantean Prince, everything. It's just a stupid OTK based deck, and I find it to be number 6, one of the good decks. So let's move on to number 5. Now, number 5 is probably a deck you're thinking, oh, this guy's a complete idiot, why would this be number 5? But with the support coming from Shvi, it actually does make sense. And this deck is YOSENJU. Now, before you say anything, before you think, oh, this guy's such a complete idiot, before he doesn't know anything about the game, think about listen to what I have to say. Now, YOSENJU is a deck that can do multiple normal summons and do it under Vanity's Emptiness. It can run multiple different floodgates, like like Lose One Turn, Vanity's Emptiness, Anti-Spell Fragrance, all sorts of floodgate cards that can't normally be used in most decks. Also, it can also use battle traps, like Rippling Mirror Force, which is coming out in Shvi, which the deck can really use because of shuffling the cards back into the deck is really good for this. And it can OTK pretty easy. It's got multiple summons, battle traps like Mirror Force, Rippling Mirror Force, Blazing Mirror Force, Storming Mirror Force. It can use all of these to stop other decks. And you're probably thinking, why was this chosen as number 5 over Mermails? Well, Mermails have board clearance, but with the floodgates in the YOSENJU deck, it will slow down the OTK, stopping Mermails from able to gain all their advantage. Plus, with the battle traps, it can actually stop their OTKs really easy. And because of Rippling Mirror Force coming out in Shvi, you're able to shuffle back all the cards they attacked that are in attack position back into the deck, dealing with other decks like KOZMOs, Pendulums, Burning Abyss, Monarchs, all sorts of things that you wouldn't normally be able to deal with because you can't play Rippling Mirror Force. So YOSENJU being able to use this card singly, plus other cards that are coming out soon which escape my mind right now, but with you using battle traps and floodgates and all of these other cards, YOSENJU are going to be a very good deck and a force to be reckoned with, in my opinion. So that is number 5, YOSENJU. Please leave your opinion on this, because this is actually something I was really, really hard decision on, just because all of this stuff it could actually do. So yeah, that's number 5. Let's go on to the next one. So, number 4 is the deck that was hit biggest on this new ban list, and that is Dracopals / Magicians. Now, with the hit of Face Off at Nista, Wisdom Eye, all these decks are actually very, very... They have been hit quite to some bit. But with Dracopals / Magicians, this deck's put together are actually really good. Plus, with other variants coming out soon in Shvi, like the Odai's Pals or Odai's Magicians and also Odai's Dracopals or Dracopal Magicians, all these different variants can actually come forth to be actually very good. Because when you think about it, these cards may have been hit, but the decks are still very consistent and can actually still go forth. Sure, we've lost 2 Ignister, sure, we've lost the Face-Off, but the Draco engine wasn't everything. And with the Odai's engine coming out soon, because of stuff like Odai's Unicorn and other things, it's just going to be a lot better. Plus, there's a lot more Odai support coming out soon, which can also help the fact that this deck can actually be very good. So I can actually see Magicians, Dracopals, Odai's Dracopals, Odai's Magicians, Dracopal Magicians, all of these different variants can actually become very good as well. Also, because of the lack of Wavering Eyes now, because that was banned, the Pendulum decks don't have practically nothing to fear. Sure, you can get Twin Twisteds, but they can just reset up their scale and then just carry on going, which is why the deck is very good. So even if they're good, your opponent can't pluck advantage of you using a Wavering Eyes anymore, which is also very good. So losing Wavering Eyes and other cards, I can see this deck to be very good, and I just can't wait to see what I can actually do with this deck, because I am testing out builds right now which can actually be very good. So that's why Dracopals, Magicians, Odai's Magicians, Draco Odai's, Odai's Dracopals, all of this stuff which I think comes at number 4, because it's still a good deck. It's not the best deck, but all different variants are very good still. So yeah, number 4, that's it. Let's go on to the next one. So, the next one is a deck that has actually been improved recently, and I was honestly surprised for it not getting a single hit on the ban list, and that is Burning Abyss / PK Fire. Now, Burning Abyss / PK Fire are the 3rd best deck for these reasons. It's very consistent, it's very fast, it's got graveyard effects, plus they can both use traps like floodgates and other things to stop your opponent. And with all these factors, the deck can actually just spam the field so often. Plus, being able to make Dantes upon Dantes, Breakswords upon Breakswords, Rank 4s, all of these things that the decks couldn't do before, is very good. And with the addition of Beatrice, it makes it even worse because you can play stuff like Booby Trap E, which actually, I believe, topped someone in America, which is very good. Because of just being able to send a counter trap to graveyard that use Booby Trap E, I mean, no, not even a counter trap, a continuous trap card, use Booby Trap E and set it, can actually stun your opponent to a point where you can actually win the game because of it. So yeah, BA/PK Fire at number 3. So, number 2 is the brick, build a wall, everything, Monarchs. Now, Monarchs are going to be the second best deck because they have the best floodgate in the game, Dominion of the Monarchs. They have draw power of Pantheism, one of the best cards in the game, simply because it pluses 3, essentially. And, really sorry guys, I'm just terribly sick right now. I just wanted to make this video for you, but yeah. Monarchs are number 2 because it got the biggest floodgate in the game, Dominion. It's got draw power for days. It's got really big monsters that can disrupt your opponent's field. And the only way to really stop the deck is with cards like Mask of Restrict and Fog King, because there's no other way to really stop the deck. Even with cards like Solemn Strike, they can do their chain links like Big Monarch Chainlink 1, Return Chainlink 2. The deck has so much searchability, so much draw power, so the best floodgate in the meta, which they can search consistently. Plus they have ways to bring out Idea and Eidos very easily, so they can get their summons off very easily, and they can just normal summon continuously because they have so many different ways to gain additional normal summons. So that's why I think Monarchs are going to be number 2, because they are a very good deck, and they're just like that, really. I can't really say anything else. And now for number 1, you guys obviously know this. Number 1 best deck of the format is KOZMO. Now, obviously KOZMO are going to be the best deck of the format now. They can deal with everything. They can deal with Monarchs. They can deal with Draco Powers very easily now because they've lost to Ignista. They can deal with PK Fire. They can OTK consistently. They're very fast. And they've got stuff like Cosmojo, Tin Can, Dark Destroyer. All these cards to just stop your opponent from playing. And even with the hit to E-Tele to 2, it doesn't do anything. The deck will still be the best deck, and it's now just taken the spot of the best deck thanks to Konami completely destroying the Draco Power deck. So, yeah. Guys, number 1 is KOZMO. Tell me what you thought of this list, guys. Tell me if you like this list. Tell me if you want to see more top 10 videos. Tell me if you think this list is correct. Tell me if you're going to use any of these decks to replace your Draco Power deck. Sad times for all of us, I know. But yeah, please tell me what you think. Please tell me if you liked the video. Please, as always, guys, please like, comment, and subscribe for more Yu-Gi-Oh videos. And again, Konami, why'd you do this to us? So yeah, guys, again, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.